Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion, and the finer things in life. And today we are talking about Tubéreuses fragrances. I have my favorite Tubéreuses fragrances as full bottles right out of my collection looking at me right now, 10 of them. I also have 2 decants that I would like to mention to you today, in addition to 3 fragrances. 3 names in my notes, white floral fragrances that I am going to discuss with you. So, all in all, today's theme is Tuberose, Tuberose galore. So if you are a Tuberose fan, if Tuberose is your note, and if you're into Tuberose fragrances, and if you are curious about my picks, different ones, Gourmand tuberoses, solar tuberoses, kind of like the leathery vibes, I think this video is for you. What are you gonna do? Go grab a drink. If you're feeling a little thirsty, I have this caffeine-free Diet Coke here with me today, or go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry. Come find me here. We have the Tuberose fragrances, many of them, and let's start our conversation. Alright, so we are doing Tuberose fragrances. That is a white flower. That is a white floral note that is polarizing. Some like it a lot, like yours truly. Some find it a little too old, a little too dusty and dark, a little headache inducing. Hey, the decision is yours. Go try these fragrances and let's decide your relationship with Tuberose. Today, I have my picks. They are great. I am so happy that they are in my collection. But before we go into the details of the full bottles, I'm going to talk about a couple of Tuberose fragrances that I would like to mention to you today. So let's start with my notes. And in my notes here, I have 3 fragrances that I would like to introduce to you. The first one is actually, I have introduced to you, L'Interdit par Givenchy. We talked about L'Interdit, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and intense eau de parfum in a previous video on this channel. It's somewhere over there. Go find it, or it's already in the description box or in the card section above. And finally, I also talked about L'Interdit Rouge, the newest flanker that they came up with, and there's a video for that as well, so it's somewhere in the channel or somewhere in this video. Please watch that. It should be in a playlist where I have my English videos. And oh, hey, by the way, this is a bilingual channel. Each and every video comes in 2 different languages. One of them is in Turkish, I just filmed that, and the other one is in English. And guess what? You're just watching that. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also check out the L'Interdit par Givenchy's video if you're into a designer Tuberose, a little bubblegummy. Alright, so the other one that I would like to mention to you is Kiss My Name by Ramon Monegal. I made a video of niche fragrances, 6 niche fragrances on this channel, and I included this in that list. Whoa, that is a very realistic tuberose, but it's not old. It's dynamic, it's lively, it's energetic. So, and it's one of his best works, not according to me, but also according to him. So, go check this Spanish tuberose, Kiss My Name, lively, realistic, high quality tuberose fragrances. And the last one in my notes today is no other than Amouage Honor. Alright, so this is not my favorite Amouage fragrance. This is actually the least Amouage of the Amouages that I have tested, and I am pretty familiar, pretty fluent in Amouage. So, does this smell bad? Absolutely not. Tuberose, gardenia, but gardenia is a fantasy note, so it's kind of like the combination of notes or accords, whatever. But let's say, this is the Tuberose white floral fragrance a la Amouage, a l'Amouage. It's a little soapy, it's a little incensey as well. You know those stores where they have the kind of like the mystic stones and tarot cards. Whenever you enter, there's like kind of incensey feeling to it. I think Amouage Honor has that at the base of the fragrance. This is a compliment getter. This is a signature fragrance. You can wear this 24/7, 365 to an office, to a wedding. Whoa! So if you're into a kind of like docile, but a little niche Amouage white floral, I think Honor is a good choice, and they came up with an exclusive extrait de parfum Honor, the Oh, the bottle is beautiful. It's more than $400. I'm not gonna get it, but if you're an Honor fan, I think it's worth checking out. All right, so let's set this here and let's move on to the decants that I am talking today. The first one comes from, no, this is the second one that we're going to talk about. This one is Roja's Scandal. All right, Roja has a tuberose, like the tuberose fragrance on the portfolio, but that is discontinued and I have yet to try that fragrance and I would like to. But today we are talking about Roja's Scandal. Wow, grand white floral tuberose, vintage white, so white floral, a little old, rich lady smelling, opulent, wow, high quality. Would I even go for like the full bottle? No. I'm happy with my decant, but now that I'm doing Tuberose video, I think Scandal from Roja deserves a mention for sure. Whoa, I like it. Is that the most unique white floral scent I smell? No. Is that one of the most high quality white floral tuberoses I have experienced? Could be. Alright, the other decant that I am talking about today is from Dominique Cropillon, Master of White Florals. Whoa, Carnal Flower. That is a unisex tuberose fragrance with kind of like the minty coconutty vibe to it. Yes, there is a mothball smell in the opening, but it dissipates. I don't mind it. Then we are with that tuberose coconut, a little kind of like the fresh minty green vibe to this. Yes, there is like a biofreeze kind of eucalyptus muscle relaxant feeling to it, but I think that is very well balanced. A fragrance that is not very well balanced is actually a fragrance that I talked about in a video where I talked about decants that are not full bottle worthy, is Serge Luton Tubéreuse Criminage. Wow, that is so sharp, that is so minty, that is so muscle relaxant. We don't need that, but this unique white floral tuberose fragrance is the real deal. So you might be wondering, why don't you have the full bottle? Because I find Frédéric full bottles to be very ugly and cheap feeling. So I never feel like myself when I use those full bottles, so I don't buy them. But if you say, oh my god, the juice inside matters to me, and I want a unisex, well-made, high-quality, kind of like groundbreaking tuberose fragrance, I think Carnal Flower is your choice. And this is unisex, man out there watching, kind of like you have the education, you have the job, you have been improving yourself, you know, in and out, and you want that fragrance that is going to smell different, that is going to smell elegant, rich. I think Carnal Flower could be a good choice for you. All right, we are now moving on to the full bottles. Oh, wow, today's diversity is impressive actually. I have a celebrity fragrance, I have niche fragrances, and I also have designer fragrances, and we are going to approach tuberose from a different angle. I told you, we are going to go with like a little vanilla gourmand. And on the other hand, we're going to also approach the note as the leathery, suede-like feeling. So my list is a little different, but I am confident in my list that these tuberose fragrances are going to give you life. And the first one is a celebrity fragrance. This is Rihanna's Reb'l Fleur. I mean, this is not really quote-unquote tuberose fragrance here, but there is like the sweet, kind of like fruity coconut feeling, but in the notes there is tuberose. So if you are a tuberose shy person, and if you don't wanna like, you know, spend tons of money in a tuberose fragrance, I think check this out and decide to what extent this is a tuberose fragrance. I like this fragrance. I think this is great. This is a nice summer daily fragrance. Wow, I mean, it reminds me of Jimmy Choo's classic Eau de Parfum, but this is so nice. I think with Reb'l series, Rihanna killed it. My favorite is the red anal trainer, the big one, Reb'l, but this is not bad. I'm liking this. Alright, the other one that we are talking about today is gonna be from Blvgari, Splendida Tubéreuse Mystique. Alright, another bubblegummy, kind of like the incensey tuberose here. There is a definitely kind of like vanilla Play-Doh, like bubblegummy vibe to it. This is a fragrance that is gonna get compliments. It smells so nice. It's the kind of like so princess-like, you know, or prince-like, or whatever. Hermaphrodite-like. Let's just keep it simple. Nice, 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 nice. You know, if you're into Blvgari, if you're eyeing the Splendides, and if you are a Tubéreuses fan, I think this is a good choice. The bottle feels constipated. It's a little kind of weird, awkward feeling, but the juice inside is not bad. It's bubblegummy tuberose with a performance ranging from 4 to 6 hours. Pricing is not that bad either. I think this is worth checking. Alright, so right now we are going to talk about three Tubéreuses fragrances that actually live in the same neighborhood. I think the first two kind of like live next door, and the other one maybe is a little far apart, kind of like a swinger kind of feeling to it. And actually one of them is designer, and the other one is niche, and the other one is niche too, maybe a little more niche. So let's just first start with the designer. No surprise here. Tom Ford is the designer. He has worked for Gucci for many years. He revolutionized Gucci, maybe so. And Tom Ford Soleil, Orchid Soleil, is an excellent tuberose fragrance. Gourmand tuberose fragrance. There is kind of like whipped cream, chestnut, sugary chestnut vibe to it. Yes, in the opening there is that, you know, tortilla, kind of like the corn smell, but this smells beautifully. This shines beautifully in heated environments, in kind of like the warm skin. I like this. Is this my favorite Tom Ford? No. Is this worth having in my collection? Absolutely yes. But this has a relative or partner or boyfriend or friend with benefit in the niche world, and that is called Franck Boclet Cocaïne. There is an undeniable similarity between these two fragrances, and if you ask me which one do you prefer, I prefer this one. Although there is a, you know, striking mothball smell in the opening of this fragrance. As this one dries down, I'm getting that, you know, sunscreen might better. I'm getting that tuberose. I'm getting that, you know, Manoi oil. And maybe I'm getting that kind of like chewy tobacco to it as well. And this kind of elevates things a little more than this does. And I think though, this came after this one. So, you know what I'm trying to say. But my choice would be this one. Go check this one out. These are polarizing. Some people like them a lot. Some people are liking them like me and having them in their collection, and some, like, you know, run away. So do not blind buy, but I like them and I'm glad I have them here with me today. Okay, so the third one in the same round of the first two is actually from Laurent, Mazzone, Soleil, and Infidèle. Like Unfaithful Son. I like the name a lot. This is a blind buy because it talks about like the son being unfaithful, and I've been accused of being unfaithful in my relationship. So I'm like, you know, the notes look similar to the ones that I have, but there's a different edge to it as well. Let me blind buy this, and actually this was a successful blind buy. Laurent Mazzone sprayers are very good too, as you can see. Whoa, this has definitely that salty, sea salty, vanillic vibe that Olympia has. On top of it, we have the creamy coconut, and on top of it, we have the tuberose, but also it keeps things very fresh too. Maybe I don't have that whipped cream chestnut vibe here as well, but there is an undeniable coconut vibe here too. This is a great summer fragrance. If you don't like, you know, those citrusy, zesty, like the barbershop fougere summer fragrances, I think this is a great choice. I took this one to New York, Manhattan in August, and it performed beautifully. This is an extrait concentration, and I have to be honest, you know, being an extrait, this does not have the best projection or sillage or whatever, like kind of like this does not have legs with it. But okay, this is an extrait from Laurent Mazzone, so I want this to last on my skin where I'm having a problem, because this does not really. So in my opinion, and I did that, this needs to be refreshed after, like, you know, 4 to 5 hours, but the fragrance, the smell per se is very good, so I am recommending it if you like Tom Ford Orchid Soleil, Franck Boclet, Cocaïne. And if you like gourmandish, kind of like the sunscreen, tuberose vibes, I think Soleil Infidèle from Laurent Mazzone is a good one to try. Okay, so, whoa, I said there are some tuberoses there that are a little leathery. And that one is actually coming from Tom Ford again, from the private line. He released this recently, and this one has a video of its own, of his own or her own or themselves in the channel. Please check this one out. I started out kind of like questioning this fragrance, but then it grew on me so quickly that now I cannot let go of it. And if this one runs out, I'm buying a replacement bottle. This is no other than Tom Ford Tubéreuse Nue, kind of like the black pepper, cacao, kind of like the woody tuberose that creates that second skin, sexy vibe on your skin in the dry down. Oh my god, I'm loving this so much. I did a video recently where I talked about 10 fragrances that we go with 10 different dates, and I'm taking this to a sex party, swinger club party. Whoa, this is beautiful. I love this. You know, together with Santal Blush, I think these two are two of my most favorite Tom Ford fragrances. Santal Blush being the first and Tom Ford Tubéreuse Nue being the second. I never thought this would happen actually, because Tubéreuse Nue, I'm still questioning the price. $350 for this fragrance, but I'm liking it so much. I'm so happy that I have it. This is dark. This is kind of like leathery, definitely suede vibe. Peppery, cacao kind of. But the tuberose as well, there's no sweetness, but there's like the pure seduction second skin vibe to it. Whoa, Tom Ford, very well done. Okay, so the next up on my list is a brand that I've never mentioned before, and that brand is called Royal Crown. And you know the bottles, they are constipated. They are so heavy. Oh my god, if I throw this, whoa, that is dangerous. So, and the bottles, please, come on. And this is very heavy. It feels a little garish, like kind of like tacky, but this is a boozy tuberose fragrance, and we don't have that many boozy tuberose fragrances. This is not completely tuberose per se. There's that kind of like the rosy vibe going on here, vanilla for sure. There's also boozy kind of like cognac vibe to it with tuberose, and there is an undeniable kind of saltiness to this, and I think it's because of Blvgari that Royal Crown uses. This is a good one. This is not a performance piece. I think this is 7% volume, but this is a crowd pleaser. This lives in the same neighborhood as Good Girl Gone Bad and Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme, but this is different. But if you like those two, and if you want to upgrade a little more niche, and if you want more high quality ingredients with kind of like the boozy feeling in your tuberose fragrance, I think Royal Crown Isabella is your choice, and it matches my new hair so beautifully. I like you, Isabella. Woo, woo, boozy tuberose. Wow. Office wear, wedding wear, events, not the performance piece. It's not like, you know, it does not have legs. It's not gonna bother anyone, but nice one. Okay, last three fragrances. And can I tell you something? I like the next fragrance that I'm gonna talk about more than Carnal Flower. There you go. I said it. Amouage, love tuberose. I am here for love tuberose. Yes! I talked about this. I have a video where I talk about 4 different fragrances in the Secret Garden collection. Lilac Love, Blossom Love, Love Mimosa, and Love Tuberose. This is my favorite. Whoa, tuberose in the opening, but then comes the whipped cream, then comes the vanilla, then it comes that, you know, kind of like the woodiness, kind of like the fancy gardenia core again here. Woo! So cool. The only thing that I messed up is I tried to create a decant and I inserted a syringe in here and I fucked up the bottle and now she's leaking. I mean, it's so sad, but You know, I have decluttered a lot of Amouage fragrances, but this one I cannot seem to. I just actually sold my Interlude Woman on Mercari because I'm liking. I never thought this would happen, that Crimson Rocks more than Interlude Woman, and I talked about Crimson Rocks again on this channel, and together with Crimson Rocks, Rose Incense, and Gold Extrait, my fourth Amouage fragrance now is actually Love Tuberose. She came to stay and she's here to stay. Great Gourmand Tuberose. Wedding wear, office wear, date wear. It's sexy too. I wish Amouage came up with an extra version of Love Tuberose because I want that performance to be stronger. I think this needs refreshing after 4 or 5 hours, but in my opinion, some say this is really well in really performing well in the performance department, performing in performance department. But the decision is up to you. You have your own skin and you have your own habits wearing fragrances. But please give this a try. This is a good one. Okay. Whoa, last two, and the last one is the leathery tuberose. We're gonna go into that, and that one, no one mentions that on YouTube, and I'm gonna talk about that. But the other one, the second to next to the last fragrance, is another Gourmand tuberose interpretation by Maison Lancôme. That is a discontinued fragrance, and it is called Tubéreuse Castane. Tubéreuse Castane is kind of like, you know, candied chestnuts with tuberose absolute. And if you spray this on your skin very closely, yes, there is a cat pee opening, which is undeniable. If you ever scooped cat litter, you know that smell. There's that, you know, sharp ammonia feeling whenever first you spray this first, especially very directly and very closely. But I like that because I like pee. I like pee. But I mean, it's a little perverted, but I don't mind. I don't mind it, but as this dries down on your skin, that candy chestnut, that nuttiness with tuberose, an exceptional performance lives a beautiful life. I think 3 to 4 sprays is enough when it comes to this fragrance because this is explosive. This is radioactive. Gourmand tuberose from Lancôme. I started out trying a decant of this fragrance and I pulled the trigger on the full bottle, and I'm glad I did because this is nowhere to be found and I am cherishing, enjoying every moment of it. This is my cup of tea. This is like a bold cat pee opening, woo, and then it turns, you know, it shifts gears, kind of like candy chestnuts with tuberose, gourmandish. Maison Lancôme, a very high quality line. I have a video that I talked about 5 of them, and I recently added Lavande, Trianon, and Oud Ambroisie in my collection, and I could not be happier. I'm so glad they are with me. The bottles are weighty, cap is magnetic and heavy, and ingredients are high quality performances. Wow, way above average, and a Gourmand tuberose with candy chestnut, kind of, what is that? It says here, châtain trophié with tuberose absolute. Whoa, yes! Check this one out. They listed, but if you can get your hands on it, and if you like Gourmand tuberose with chestnut, with edge to it, I think that is a good one. Okay, so let me take a sip. And let's talk about the final one that I am so glad that we are talking about today. No one talks about it because I guess the brand is not sending out PR bottles, is not like this is not gifted, and plus this is discontinued. So, and you know, each and every fragrance on this channel I buy with my own money, and this is another fragrance that I paid money, and I bought this when I was in New York. And actually I went to the Louis Vuitton store on the 5th Avenue. I said to the lady, because you know you can't enter COVID and whatever, I have to purchase Louis Vuitton Turbulence. And I know that this is discontinued. I know that this is nowhere to be found. It does not say anything on their website. So the lady said, let me check. She looked into her iPad and said, you know what? I don't have it here on the 5th Avenue, but in Soho, you have it. So we were actually staying close to Louis Vuitton store actually, and I jumped on the subway and I ended up in that store in Soho, Louis Vuitton, and I said, I am here to purchase Louis Vuitton Tuberose. Wow. Sales associate came and she said, we have two, but they came in 200 milliliters. So I wasn't planning on buying the 200 milliliters. I knew that I was gonna buy the fragrance, but I thought, 100 would be fine. But then I know that these may be the last two in America or whatever. So I said, come on, I need it. They could do engraving as well, but I said, no, I want the original bottle to be with me. Oh my God, the best Louis Vuitton fragrance, Tubéreuse. Whoa, leather, sweaty vibe. So elegant, so sophisticated. Oh, people, I am telling you, holy moly. So good. If you like Cuir de Russie from Chanel, I'm not saying that this is a dupe or similar, but the same thing. That same kind of like the expensive, elevated leather feeling. Suede. But this time, this here, I'm definitely getting so nice tuberose. So like a deep, dark tuberose. But also this whole combination, this whole package feels somehow fresh too. I am living for this. Do yourself a favor. You can thank me later. If you can try this Louis Vuitton Turbulence, please, please do. This is 5 stars. I think this is the best Louis Vuitton. I know Louis Vuitton came up with the Les Extraits de Louis Vuitton, and I would like to try out Cosmic Cloud and Dancing Blossom, and they are nowhere to be found, but maybe we don't need to find them because we have this beautiful fragrance here. Louis Vuitton Turbulence, suede-like leathery tuberose fragrance that also lives in the same planet with Cuir de Russie, more modern maybe, different take. I love it. Love it. Alright, so how did you like my list? We talked about tons of tuberose fragrances from different worlds, different vibes, leathery, gourmandish, whoa, huge white florals, opulent white florals. Oh, of course, bubblegum tuberose. I like that too. Kind of like sunscreen, tortilla vibes as well. Tom Ford, Orchid Soleil. Let me know down in the comment section your favorite tuberose fragrances. Do you like the note? And if so, which fragrances are giving you life? And if you don't like the note, tell me why. Headache inducing, nauseous. I want to know as well. Let's keep the discussion going down in the comment section. As I told you in the beginning of this video, each and every video comes in 2 different languages because this is a bilingual channel. And thank you so much for supporting me by subscribing, liking, or disliking this video, activating the notifications. And by the way, if you are a gay ally, if you are a feminist, you have found your fragrance channel, please show your support. Here we review fragrances without external interference, no PR, no gifted fragrances. I buy them with my own money. I do not sugarcoat my opinions. No one in my family is selling fragrances for other brands or anything, so everything is transparent, and I need your support. My English videos are not getting views. I don't know why. Maybe I'm also doing like, Turkish ones, and then, the algorithm gets mixed up, but I don't care. I like doing it. I like spending time talking about fragrances with you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I cannot wait to see you at the next one. Take care, everyone.